Hello, welcome to my channel. My name is Lisa, and today I have decided to make some labels. And I'm going to be using these kind of labels that you get from like the office supply store. I got a whole pack of them at Goodwill for like $1.99 about a year ago. And there's also, you can find label stickers at Dollar Tree, shipping labels. These are a little bit more, I'm not sure if they've got the single ones there, but these are full sheets. They are for shipping labels. And one thing I wanted to say is recently I did those videos for the rub-ons, and people were asking, where you got stickers. Well, these stickers from Dollar Tree have the release paper in the back once you use the sticker up and peel it off. Now, I'm not trying to print on them, but they do have the clear or the shiny sticker paper. And that might be something to be able to use to be able to stick in. It's like photo size, so you can have something smaller and put it into your printer and print on it. You might be able to get some rub-ons off of that. But again, disclaimer, I haven't tried it yet, but pretty inexpensive way to get some sticker release paper. And again, if you find some at like Goodwill, and once you peel off all these stickers, these back sheets are the sticker release papers, and you can use those. So I'm going to be making stickers. Now, I've done them before where I've stamped them. These are upside down. And I've done them going this way. So these stickers are going long ways. Now, these were fun to do. If I remember, I will link them in the description. I've used, obviously, just hit and miss on some of those. But what I've kind of been thinking about recently is I don't have a lot of vertical stickers that go up and down. I've got one set of vertical stickers that have numbers on it. They're digital. But I don't have a lot that go up and down. So I thought, let's see if we can make some up and down ones. I'm going to put these aside for now. And what I came through is I made these. And they are up and down. I have these stamps that have floral that go up and down. I've got these that go up and down. I probably have tickets that go up and down. I've got these with individual florals that go up and down. And I've got little strips that go up and down. So I thought, well, let's see if we can make some that go up and down, because I don't have very many that go that way. I've gotten recently a bunch of digitals, but they all seem to be going horizontally. So I said to myself, you need some vertical ones. So, like I said, these, I'll show you how I did these. I'll make a set. They pull off. These are from my pockets, and you just go ahead and put them on, and a cute vertical sticker. So easy, so simple, right? All right, so let's make some. Okay, get this out of the way. Now I'm going to cut this down a little smaller so I don't have to do a full sheet. And you can see where the lines are that go between. So you can do a pretty good job of cutting these. You might cut into the sticker a little, but I think in the end it'll be okay. All right, we're going to do it that way. This one I had cut off, there was like, what, 6? 1, 2, 3, 5, 5 by 2, and this is 3 by 3, so 9. I could definitely do the whole sheet if I wanted to, but just because time-wise, I thought it'd be a little bit quicker to do it this way. Okay, so you can use any sort of ink on the back to grunge it up. These I used, since I had the floral, I used a green and a bit of a yellow. So I think I'm going to do the same thing, just to show you how I got to them. And I do have my distress inks, and I'm going to use the Mowed Lawn for the green. And you probably could use, I have the distress inks, you probably could use, I have archival inks, you could probably use those. I don't know if I would want to use like watercolors or something too wet, because the sticker's going to get wet. All right, and we're just gonna just do this. Doesn't have to cover it completely, but just to give a bit of a textured background. Okay, so simple, right? All right, now we are going to put some sort of orangish yellow, and I think drew Spice Marmalade. I think I did a little darker color last time, or not darker, like Wild Honey or something. And it wasn't as noticeable on it. Let's try this one. Oh yeah, you can definitely see that one. So I'm going to try to go in areas that were maybe not as green, just to add a bit more color. And since it is distressed, it will blend together a little bit. But I think this is beautiful. Now, if you wanted to make like vintage ones, you could use some browns. This is the wrong tray. There we go. You could use some browns just to antique it up a little bit. Like I have my brushed corduroy. Let's see if we'll put a little bit. Right around the edges. There we go. All right, so now that that is done, now we're going to add some background fun to it a little bit. And I'm not going to use too dark of a color. It's kind of like a dark gray, medium gray kind of deal. Words, letters, that kind of deal. So let's get my stamp pad out. Let's do this one. And I do have Morning Mist, which is a good one to do. The other one that I like to do for backgrounds is Hickory Smoke in the archival. Well, let's start with that one and see what we can do. Now we got to remember I'm making these vertically, so I want to make sure that anything that might want to go one direction goes the one direction. And we can just randomly put some of those on there, overlapping kind of deal. All right, now I do have these spots, and I think I'm going to do my Morning Mist in the VersaFine Clara. This will be a little bit, these are a little darker. And we'll just randomly throw some backgrounds on there. Okay, now, lid, there it is. Now I do also have the bigger words. I've got music that can be put on there. Let's see what else I got. All right, let's see if we can add some of these. Now, since we're adding floral, I do have vines on here. So let's, I don't know where my long, I have a long one. I'm not sure where that's at. So we're just gonna turn it on its side a little bit. And let's make this one colored. So what about a little rustic wilderness maybe? Vines are green, right? Now this is still kind of like background noise, so it doesn't have to necessarily, cute. And you can use it, you know, more than once on something, you know, in different places, because each sticker that gets pulled off is a unique and on its own piece of artwork, as they say. Got a lot of stuff out. Oh, that's the other thing I wanted to say. I also pulled out, I've got my curator with the little square kind of stamps and circle ones to add, and then I also pulled out my tidbits. Both of those are linked down below in my listing for stuff that I got. If you haven't got them, I love those. They're fun. They're little. They're very easy to use. Okay, so let's see what we can put on next. Now, the next thing I put on these is I did start using some other colors, purples, greens, oranges, for the focally kind of point. So let's go ahead and do that. And let's see, we got a little spice marmalade. And let's see. Let's put, I like this one. This one has cattails in it. That would be fun. So yeah, we can really put anything you want on these. There's nothing specific about the ones, but they definitely are vertical. And I like these stamps particularly because they had they're almost like miniature multi-stamps. It's got numbers on there. It's got like where you do the stamping with the cancellation marks in there, some words in the background. So some different fun things to add on there. All right, we're going to split this one up onto 2. And call that one done. All right, so we got that. And let's pull a little bit of purple out because purple's fun. And put a little bit of this cute. I think I'll do that one again. I like that one. Yeah, that one's cute. If I could find, I'm pretty sure I got these on Temu. If I can find them on Amazon, I will link them. But they're nice little stamps. I like them with the floral. I don't think you can kind of go wrong with that. All right, so let's see if we can get something up in there. All right, this has it's like almost like music notes on there. How about a pine needles? That's like a bluish green. Oh, it's a little crooked. It's a little crooked. We're going to put it half on, half off. That's better. All right, so let's use some of our little tidbitty kind of guys. Add in some of these. All right, let's see. Some of these actually, I don't even think I've used. Nope. I used this whole set to make tidbits a cut where I kept it on the paper and inked it all up and then stamped it on a piece of paper and cut it into little pieces. I use those a lot, but singularly, I haven't pulled them all off to stamp. All right, I think I'm going to use the Versify and Clear, the dark one, because this is a focal point, even though it's a little stamp. So let's. All right, we're gonna stamp it off. And just do that. A little bit darker than I thought it would be. We're gonna put that back. And let's get some numbers. Now again, we want them to go not horizontally, we want them to go vertically. So some of these that are longer, you'd either have to turn them to have them go up and down, or just pick some of the smaller ones. And this one goes up and down. Oops. Helpful if it goes on there correctly, Lisa. All right, so what if we used a little of the aged mahogany? And you go this way. There we go. All right, and let's get some numbers. How big are you? You're a little too big. So how about number 13? Number 13 is a little bit better. And let's say we're going to use a little rusty hinge. All right, and purple. Let's bring the purple back. There it is. A little purple on that one, and a little purple on that one. Yeah, that works for me. All right, so what can I add to it? I do have tiny butterflies that I could add. Let me see if I can track those down. All right, here's the tiny butterfly sheet. So let's see if we can get a couple of those. And what color should butterflies be? So many choices, so many colors. I wonder how dried marigold would look. It might be a bit light. Yeah, a little too light. Should we just go earthy? A little brush corduroy. Go a little earthy on these guys. Yeah, I like that better. All right, we're going to split them up. And I'm going to put it over that one. Beautiful. Yeah, I like that. That works. Oops. My tiny, tiny, tiny little butterfly fell off. There we go. Okay. Well, I think those are pretty good. And like I said, when you go to pull them off and put them on something, let me see if I can find something to put that on. Have that. You can, let's see, which one would be fun on this? Probably this one. You pull it off, and it's just got parts of things. And there you go. You got a fun little sticker. I love it. Very fun. All right, so let's make a all over sticker with the ones from the Dollar Tree. And we can go ahead and I'll make it this way so I can cut them eventually to go a long ways like that, but that'll work, right? And then you can make them any width you want, and it's kind of more of like a whole picture. And I think I'm going to make this one a little bit more vintagey. So we're going to do a little bit of my normal kind of these gathered twigs. And do a bit of rusty hinge. Gives it a little bit more of a orangier color, but that'll work. Okay, whoops. Ooh, that lucked out. Almost put a square on there. All right, let me get some of this distraction put away. All right, so I think we're going to, we're going to use that, and we're going to use the Morning Mist. So we'll do a full background of words. And I don't think it's going to be all the way to the end, but that's okay. Yeah, that worked fine. Because what I could do is take my strips and put something on the side. And let's do make sure it gets a little straighter. Okay, I'll turn it this way to make it easier, but beautiful. And I'll put one on this side. So that'll be part of the, go to cut that one out, that'll be part of it. Works for me. All right, so for this one, I think I'm going to use a couple of these and randomly fill in other spots. I don't think that one's ever come off of the, I think this one has never been used. Okay, don't want to use that because that's going to look the same. So I think I like the rusty hinge. It's still kind of that neutral color. Put that stuff on the background. And we're going to just go ahead and randomly put it on here. Now when I go to cut some strips, it could be fully on the strip or it could be cut in half. Just depends on how wide I want to make it. Options, right? All right, so I do want to try this one. That one I've never used either. All right, so let's go with, I did the orange, so let's go with the mahogany one. Now this one was a little bit brighter. And we're just gonna stamp it and stamp it again. And again, we can go off the page. And there we go. Cute, I like it. All right, so I think we need something with the pine needles, that green. That was a fun color. And let's use some of these. And what do we say? This one looks like it could be fun. And never used. Okay. Now this is similar to how I did when I make those like tissue sheets of stuff where you just randomly put things on and stamp it. Very similar to that. But again, we're going to go ahead and cut this apart to make stickers eventually. All right, so we're going to need some numbers. Now for this case, I could definitely use something longer because we can use parts of the numbers. So let's use this dot one. This one's always fun to use. And let's go with Rustic Wilderness, dark green. Yeah, cute, I like it. Just a hint of color behind that one. And we are almost done with this. All right, let's do those numbers. And I think we're gonna do it let's see how this hickory smoke looks. Oh, that turned out good. You can see it, but it's not overpowering. Yep, I like it. All right. I think one last thing, we need something that's a little bit round. So we're going to do that. And what about let's use fossilized amber. I don't know if this is going to be dark enough. We're going to see. We'll try one. And we'll put it on a couple times. Like a shadow with the yellow underneath. Yeah, I like it. Okay. I think we're going to call this one done. So, all right, so I have the other one that's similar to that. Like I put this sticker on this one when I made two. And this looks like it'd be a nice height for it. So all we have to do is take it. I can probably get my chomper out, but I think I'm going to just split it between the four. And we're going to call this one the sticker. There we go. Cute, right? right, nice tall vertical sticker. Now, technically, these definitely could be cut this way. But again, like I said in the beginning of the video, I have so many verticals or horizontal stickers, and I don't have as many vertical stickers. So I thought this was a good way to get myself some vertical stickers. Now, I made a lot of them the same with the green tones. Spring's coming right around the corner. It's actually 61 degrees here today. Very exciting. It's going to be like snowing in 32 tomorrow, but you know, we'll take one day. So I used some springy colors, but again, you could use, you know, whatever color you want. If you want to do some Christmas ones and put some reds on there, you want to do some fall ones with orange and reds. This one, like I said, is a little bit more on the neutral side, a little bit more vintage with the tan background, but very fun, right? I love it. Okay, well, I think I have done enough of this. Hopefully I gave you some ideas, some thoughts, some things to inspire you to create your own stickers and make it your own. All right, well, that is going to be it for me today. I appreciate each and every one of you that has stopped by, and as usual, I hope you all have a wonderful and creative day. Bye for now.